Hey, Danland Pro here. Today we're going over something very simple in our tutorials, and that is the anchor point. A lot of times you hear about the anchor point in editing suites, and what it is, the anchor point allows you to zoom in, zoom out, scale, change position based on that anchor point. So it's not always in the center of the screen. That's usually the default position. So you can use the anchor point. Maybe I want to zoom in on feet or hands or the face or something in my frame in particular. So I will use that particular method. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are in Premiere Pro, and we're going to show you right quick how to use the anchor point to zoom in. And the anchor point is very important. A lot of times we overlook it because we're looking at the position and some of the other things in our effects control in Premiere Pro. But that anchor point is very important. You'll usually find it in its default position. Let's bring that up back up. Right here in the middle where you see this little blue arrow, that's your anchor point. And you'll find it over here when you click on here. That's the anchor point right there. So I can actually move that anchor point around. So if I wanted my point of focus, as they call it in some other programs, the focus point, I can move this any way I want. So I just want to move it in on the feet of my dancers right quick. Okay, so now we have our anchor point right here in the position focused on my dancer's feet. I want to go up here to my scale, and I'm going to hit my toggle animation, and this will give me a zoom effect. So when I hit my toggle animation, I'm going to bring my timeline all the way to the end right here. And then I'm going to give it just a little scale because I just want it to move a little bit, not a lot. And then when I play it, you'll see that focus point from the anchor point is scaling in on those particular feet. So you can do that with so many different things. So if I use a still photo, it'll probably work even better. So let's bring a still in. So let me go over here and find me a still image. We can find any image. So let's just bring an image in. Then I'm gonna put an image here on here. So as you see, I'm on here now. So I'm gonna hit my anchor point. You see my anchor point in the middle where I showed you, but I don't want my anchor point to zoom in right there. See, it would zoom straight to that middle part. I want my anchor point to zoom in on my talent's face. So what I would do is click my anchor point, grab my anchor point, and I'm gonna put it on his face. And now you see when I zoom in, it zooms in to his face. So whether it's some shoes, whether it's a building, whether it's a car or anything, wherever I move this anchor point, that is going to be my point of focus as far as zoom, scale, position. So I don't necessarily have to see my scale position goes over here to my anchor point, wherever my anchor point is. So it can be, I can use my position, I can use anything that I want. So if I put my anchor point right here on his face, and then I hit toggle animation, and then I move a couple of frames, and then I scale in, that's when we're gonna scale that. So if I go back and play that, you'll see once it hits that scale point, it's gonna start scaling based on that anchor point. So wherever you move that anchor point, so you don't always have to rotate around something or scale into something wherever that default position is, because you can change that anchor point wherever you want it to be. So if I had this anchor point in the middle, let's go back here and just say I was using rotation. That anchor point will rotate based on that anchor point. So now if we did the same thing with that anchor point and move that anchor point to his face, you'll see that anchor point will rotate around his face. So that anchor point is very important as far as how you scaling or positioning your talent in your frame in Premiere Pro. So we just wanted to share that with you so you can use it with video. You can use it as I showed you with your images. You can use it with object, 3D objects, whatever it is that you got in your frame. You can use that anchor point to that frame to do some amazing things. So that's pretty much it. As you see, the anchor point is very simple. It may seem like something complicated, or you see it all the time in your effects control and now in your properties panel. but you can actually frame by frame. You can set keyframes with your anchor point, and you can do some amazing things with it. So anytime you're trying to make faceless videos or anything, you can use that anchor point to move around your frame in all types of ways, as we just showed you. Hey, my name is Danland Pro. Till next time, it's always a pleasure. YouTube.com/Steppers Express. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Peace.